What's up everybody, AnimeX here, and in this video I will be doing yet another Boruto video. Yay, Boruto! But in this video I will be doing a chapter 40 prediction and kind of theory video. As the title and thumbnail suggests, that's just kind of what they say. I'll be doing a prediction of what I think will happen. Now, mainly we know they set up for chapter 40, so it's not really going to be me hypothesizing, oh, what's going to happen next chapter. We know it's going to be a fight between this Boro guy and Kawaki and Boruto, right? And along with Sarada and Mitsuki, but I think it's mainly going to focus on Kawaki, secondarily Boruto, and then kind of tertiarily everyone else, right? So now I'm going to be getting into how I think the fight's going to go down, what I think exactly is going to happen, and how I think that's going to proceed further throughout the series. So without further ado, let's get started. So like I said, I'll be kind of talking about how I think the fight is mainly going to play out, since that I think is the main thing. So first of all, let me just kind of break down how I interpreted the last chapter, so I can kind of talk about how I came to the conclusions that I did, and I guess why. So first of all, we see that Kawaki thinks that this Boro guy is in some way, shape, or form more dangerous than Jigen. Let me just explain a possible reasoning of what Kawaki could be trying to say, or maybe something, because I feel like I see a lot of people overreacting about the strength of Boro or something like that, thinking that he's going to be stronger than Jigen, and what's the point of Jigen if there's just going to be someone shown right after that's stronger than him. I think that people are overreacting when they say this, right? I feel like we need to look very detailed at the wording, right? In some ways he is stronger, or not, and he doesn't even mention strength, right? It says in some ways he's more dangerous, and in some translations it says in some way he's even more troublesome, right? Troublesome could have to do with either his hacks, which may just be troublesome for people like Kawaki and Boruto, who maybe don't have the hacks resistance or counters to hacks like Naruto and Sasuke do, right? And it may not necessarily translate to strength and speed and that type of stuff like Jigen has, just the raw combat ability, right? This could also apply to either his ruthlessness or his ability to his inability to be reasoned with, right? This could also be due to his intellect. There's multiple things, multiple angles this can be looked at, right? In some ways, being more troublesome or more dangerous does not directly imply a strength boost, right? Or doesn't imply a strength gap between them, right? So I would just go then to infer or kind of take from the chapter that Boro isn't stronger than Jigen, right? They hyped Jigen up. They've basically set of high expectations for Jigen's strength, and this is what they have to deal with. This is the big bad. Right, Boruto is not Boruto, Boro. The name's so similar. Boro is a mere stepping stone, in my opinion. Right, Boro is just going to be a part that they have to be able to defeat in order to defeat the big bad. Right, say Jigen is the Madara, Boro is, say, a Akatsuki member like Data or something. Not saying that Data was just expendable, but he wasn't like the main threat of the series, right? He wasn't surpassing Madara in terms of anything, right? This is just, I think this is a setup. I think it is hyping you up for the next chapter, which I honestly think is good. I like this. Some people interpret it differently. Some people think that it's just like false hype. I don't know. I kind of like it. I see that a lot of people are kind of hating the direction that Boruto's going in. I may make a video on kind of why I like the direction, or at least how I think the direction could possibly turn into something good, right? I can't promise it will, can't promise it won't. I just personally think that it could possibly turn into something that we all may enjoy, right? It may not be exactly like Naruto or Naruto Shippuden, but I think it could blossom into something that's different and something that's better, right? Let me rephrase that. It can blossom into something that's different, right? But on to the predictions. I think that Kawaki and Boruto will basically get bodied this chapter, right? I'm of the notion that I think this first chapter will just show them getting washed. In my opinion, I think this is what, maybe not, like, scaling-wise, this is what should happen, but narratively, I think this also should happen as well. I think it would be good build-up to see Kawaki and Boruto try to figure out how to work together very well against an opponent that's basically bodying them, toying with them, right? He's bodying them, toying with all of them. Sarada and Mitsuki are there to provide some supporting fire, but I think it's mainly Boruto and Kawaki that are going to be doing the main fighting, right? Either whether that be taijutsu, ninjutsu, whatever they decide to do in this fight. The choreography, I don't think I'll get into how I think the fight's actually going to play out, like, scene by scene, panel by panel in a second, but the overview of it, I think Boruto and Kawaki are going to get bodied this chapter, right? Absolutely demolished. Get the floor mopped with them, right? They're just going to be, I feel like it would make sense scaling-wise, and it would make sense narratively that at least in the first chapter of hopefully a multiple chapter fight, they would get absolutely bodied. Similar to how Naruto and Sasuke got bodied by Jigen, right? I think this would just make sense narratively and scaling-wise, just that they should get absolutely just toyed with and bodied. Boro should basically just, I think he should, like, kind of almost disrespect them in a fashion. Like, he shouldn't even really be trying when he does attack them, in my personal opinion, right? Now, if I were to go manga panel by manga panel, I'm guessing that Boruto is going to be more gung-ho and just going to charge this dude, and then we're going to see Boro's new ability, right? I have no hypothesis on this. Well, if I was to try to come up with something, I don't know. So I obviously probably has something to do with absorbing chakra, since that's what everybody has. You get absorption, you get absorption, you get absorption. Everyone gets absorption, but I think that Boro will basically, I think Boro might rely on either some tactics or some form of hacks, right? And I think Boruto might get hit with the hacks because he's going to charge in recklessly. I think either Kawaki may be a little bit less reckless, depending on how they want to interpret his character here. I feel like Kawaki could go either way. He could either be reckless because he wants to hurry up and save Lord Seventh, or he could be kind of like held back and reserved because he knows the strength and maybe the abilities that Boro has. Nonetheless, I think one of them will act rashly, and because of this, they will face some very negative repercussions, maybe a beatdown, maybe something like that, right? Not 100% sure, but I think it is something that's a possibility for the late future. Not the late future, in the next chapter. I mean, even though a month off. But I think that it's possible, alright? I think Boruto or Kawaki, or maybe even Sarada and Mitsuki, I haven't really been thinking about them too much, but maybe even them, they could try to do something rash and they would end up getting bodied, right? Nonetheless, I think someone's going to get bodied very early in the fight, right? They're going to be kind of put out of commission to some extent, and I think it's just going to be mainly, the main thing is going to be Kawaki versus Boro. Right? Kawaki's going to unlock his karma. He's going to use his karma, right? Force it out. Maybe even unlock that horn transformation that he used when he was near Jigen. If that's possible, I think Kawaki will basically start pressing Boro a little bit. Then Boro will be like, yeah, psych, you thought I was using my full power, didn't you? Nah. And then just start bodying him, right? After this, I think Sarada and Mitsuki might save. Maybe Sarada can get a moment where she kind of saves Kawaki, kind of an interaction between the two, right? Because we haven't really seen, we've seen Sarada kind of somewhat cares for Kawaki, but we don't see to the extent of which she does, which this may be an interesting place to put. Maybe she risks her life for him and she tries to save him. Maybe she ends up failing, and maybe she ends up getting hurt due to her saving Kawaki. That'd be a possible turn of events that I think might be rather interesting. I think Boruto, the interactions between Boruto and Kawaki, if Boruto isn't taken out of commission rather early or vice versa, I think that the interactions between them when fighting and when trying to tag team, both using somewhat active karma and then trying to basically use a combination of taijutsu and ninjutsu and basically to put this Boro guy off guard. I think that maybe there's a slight possibility that maybe one of them is going to try to sacrifice himself as a distraction, basically run decoy, while the other one tries to find and save Lord Seventh, because if they can free Lord Seventh, then it is possible that maybe he could take on Boro, although, you know, he's not 100% sure, right? This is a possibility that I think is a little bit less likely than what I said before with like Boruto or Jigen getting absolutely bodied, but I think it is a possibility nonetheless. Now, I kind of wanted to, like I said, address the point of Boro being like this crazy strong guy, right? I don't think so. I think he's going to be kind of like probably Delta level, maybe a little bit higher, right? As we've seen, Delta can be handled by Naruto, right? Rather, not casually, but he's not going all out. We see the difference between a going all out Naruto versus a Naruto that's kind of like reserved and holding back to some extent, right? I think Boro may be above Delta level to some degree. I've seen a lot of people saying that, okay, Kawaki's word doesn't really count for much, since we obviously see that Kawaki doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like, you're stronger than Jigen, and you're stronger than Jigen, and you're stronger than Jigen, and everyone's stronger than... Wait, did I make that joke twice already? Anyways, we see that basically, I think that Kawaki's word is going to hold up rather fine. I think with Delta, may have been a slip up on his part. May just been fear from what he isn't aware of, right? Maybe he doesn't know the full strength of Delta, or he didn't at that point in time. But I think that Boro is either we're misinterpreting what Kawaki's saying, and Boro isn't necessarily stronger, faster, or maybe even more hacked out, but maybe there's some other aspect to him that we're not able to see at face value, and maybe that's a thing that he's like really dangerous for, right? Whether that be his intellect, whether that be his strategical abilities, whether that be, like I said, most likely I think his hacks. If he is just a lot stronger and faster, I think that will be a little retarded, in my personal opinion. I think that would be a dumb way to go with the whole more dangerous thing, because that does set a precedence that, okay, more power just equals a better fighter, right? Where we see as Part of the reason that Jigen could absolutely body Naruto and Sasuke was due to his hacks and his shrinking abilities and his ability to absorb energy. Don't get me wrong, Jigen obviously blitzed them on multiple occasions, right? He absolutely bodied them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He did demolish them in a fight, like very badly. But I think part of the reason it was so bad, it was so accentuated, was due to the hacks that Jigen had over them, right? If Boro has crazy hacks but kind of maybe trash chakra levels, whether that be in his stamina, whether that be his strength and speed, whether that be his ninjutsu or taijutsu abilities, right? If he has some sort of weakness but it's just crazy good in one way, in one stat, like say his hacks, maybe that might be what Kawaki's referring to, and that maybe might be able to create an opening for Kawaki and Boruto. Maybe not in this chapter, but maybe in the chapter after that. I think that they should give them, Kodachi should maybe give them a little bit of time to get bodied a little bit. Show that Boro's a real threat, but maybe show that because he has an explicit weakness, or he really isn't an all-around superstar, maybe that's why he would get absolutely, maybe that's why Kawaki and Boruto could somewhat pull off a win. Because I think that later on in the grand scheme of things, they are going to pull off a win. Whether you agree with like how that's going to work or not, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below whether you think they're going to beat him in this first fight, or maybe they're going to leave, have some other interactions with him. I think they're going to beat him the first time, but I think it's going to take at least 2 chapters for this to happen, in my opinion. If it doesn't, yeah, I mean, I was wrong, I guess. You can yell at me in the comments 1 month from now. But I do think that this is a possibility. I think all of the arguments, I guess, or the things that I presented are somewhat fair and somewhat possible for the series of Boruto, and kind of fit with the themes of things that we've been saying now. But I want to hear your opinion next, alright? Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think it's going to happen? And kind of a little bit off topic, but how do you think Boruto's doing right now? He'll be doing kind of like a Boruto recap or something like that. But I do want to know how you feel about Boruto and why maybe you feel this way. I do want to understand your opinions. Maybe I could formulate some things, speak to them in later Boruto videos and that type of stuff. But I think this is where I'm going to end off the video. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you guys do want more predictions / theory videos, make sure to hit the like button and comment. Let me know that you want more. And also, if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss out on more Boruto / Naruto content. Alright? Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always guys, this is AnimeX, signing off.